Your mind is a garden. Imagine your mind as a garden. Whatever you allow to grow there, positive or negative, will shape your life. What if, instead of cultivating vibrant flowers, you let weeds of negativity and bad habits quietly take root? Before long, your garden is overrun, leaving you wondering how it happened. But what if this year could be different? What if 2025 became the year you reclaimed your peace, letting go of toxic thoughts, habits, and relationships that silently weigh you down? Together, we're going to explore 11 things you can quietly remove from your life. Small but powerful changes that free your mind from clutter, relieve emotional stress, and restore your energy. Whether it's letting go of comparison, overcoming perfectionism, or learning to quiet anger, these lessons will help you create a mind that is calm, focused, and resilient. This isn't about overnight transformation. It's about steady, intentional progress. The Stoics teach us that mastery of the mind is achieved through daily practice, small choices, and the courage to release what no longer serves us. So, if you're ready to lighten your load, clear your mind, and build a life of purpose and clarity, you're in the right place. Let's dive into these 11 things you need to quietly eliminate, one step at a time. Your future self will look back and thank you for starting today. Letting go of being understood. Have you ever replayed a conversation in your head, trying to find the perfect way to explain yourself to someone who hurt or misunderstood you? It's natural to want others to validate your feelings or see your side. But here's the hard truth. Some people will never truly hear you, no matter how much you explain. Stoic philosophy reminds us that seeking external validation, especially from those who have caused us pain, traps us in a cycle of frustration and disappointment. Why? Because their understanding is beyond your control. Epictetus, a great Stoic thinker, taught us to focus only on what's within our power, our thoughts, actions, and responses. Everything else, including others' perceptions, is outside our reach. When you justify your actions to someone unwilling to listen, you hand over control of your emotional well-being. But their inability to understand says more about them than it does about you. Stoicism teaches us to let go of this need for approval. Instead, ask yourself, am I acting in line with my values? If the answer is yes, that's all the validation you need. Releasing this need to explain yourself protects your peace and reclaims your energy. Imagine what you could achieve if you stopped giving power to those who don't deserve it. Instead of replaying old conversations, use that time to heal, grow, and focus on what truly matters, your peace of mind. As Marcus Aurelius said, you always have the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to trouble your soul over things you cannot control. Let your growth and calm speak louder than words. The quieter you become, the stronger you'll feel. The power of silence. When a relationship ends, it often leaves behind a storm of emotions, sadness, anger, confusion, or even relief. In this whirlwind, there's a strong urge to talk about it with anyone who will listen. But have you noticed that the more you dwell on it, the more it lingers? The Stoics believed in the power of restraint, especially with our words. As Marcus Aurelius advised, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Oversharing chips away at your dignity, keeps you tethered to the past, and gives the situation more power over you than it deserves. Silence doesn't mean denial. It means choosing strength and maturity. By keeping some things sacred, you protect your peace and respect the lessons the relationship left behind. You don't need to share every detail to heal. Sometimes holding back is the most empowering choice. Chasing the right things. How often do we chase things without stopping to ask why? A bigger house, a nicer car, or a promotion might seem like the key to success. But what happens when you climb the ladder, only to realize it's leaning against the wrong wall? The Stoics warn us against this trap. A meaningful life isn't about chasing more, it's about pursuing the right things. Marcus Aurelius reflected often on life's brevity, writing, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Time is our most precious resource, and every moment spent chasing superficial goals is time we can never get back. Picture your life as a finite canvas. Are you painting something meaningful or simply following someone else's blueprint? When you align your pursuits with your principles, you create a life of true value, a masterpiece uniquely yours. The wisdom of Stoicism. Charting your own path. The Stoics teach us a powerful lesson: to keep our eyes on our own path and find satisfaction in our efforts, not in how we compare to others. It's easy to get caught up in the race, measuring our worth against someone else's timeline or achievements. But Stoicism reminds us that life isn't a competition. It's a journey of growth, learning, and self-discovery. We often forget that everyone's timeline is different. Someone might achieve a particular milestone before you, but that doesn't diminish your journey or potential. The Stoics encourage us to reject this mindset of comparison. Instead, define your own version of success, one that aligns with your values, progress, and sense of purpose. That's where true fulfillment lies. Reclaiming your attention in the age of distraction. Have you ever picked up your phone to check one notification only to find that an hour has vanished? Videos, posts, and updates pull you in, but instead of feeling refreshed or inspired, you feel drained, empty even. This isn't just a modern dilemma, it's a timeless problem of how we allow distractions to rule our lives. The Stoics viewed attention as one of our most valuable resources. Marcus Aurelius reflected on this often, writing, "Do not let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present." Yet today, our attention is constantly under siege. Algorithms, notifications, and endless scrolling scatter our focus, robbing us of clarity and peace. Social media, while a powerful tool for connection and learning, becomes a thief of time when used mindlessly. The issue isn't the technology itself, but how we engage with it. If we scroll without intention, using social media as a distraction, we waste one of life's most precious resources: time. Seneca warned us, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." To reclaim your focus, set boundaries. Decide how much time you'll spend online each day and stick to it. Follow accounts that inspire you and unfollow those that breed negativity or comparison. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate social media, but to use it purposefully. Marcus Aurelius also reminds us, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Don't let your life pass by while you stare at a screen. Be present, be intentional, spend your time on what truly matters." Breaking free from the trap of external validation. Have you noticed how much we crave approval? A compliment, a like, or a nod of recognition can feel uplifting, but there's a hidden cost. When we tie our self-worth to external validation, we hand over control of our happiness to others. The Stoics warned against this trap, emphasizing that true contentment comes from within, not from the unpredictable opinions of others. Epictetus put it plainly, "If you are ever tempted to look for outside approval, realize that you have compromised your integrity. If you need a witness, be your own." This means you don't need someone else to validate your worth. Your actions, values, and choices should speak for themselves. Chasing approval is like aiming at a moving target. It's exhausting and futile. People's opinions can change in an instant, often for reasons that have nothing to do with you. Living for others' approval might feel reassuring at first, but over time, it erodes your sense of self. You stop asking, "What do I want? What do I believe in?" The Stoics remind us that living authentically, aligned with your own values, is the only path to lasting fulfillment. Marcus Aurelius reflected, "It doesn't matter what other people think of you. It matters what you think of yourself." The illusion of perfection. Have you ever delayed starting something because it couldn't be perfect? Or finished a task, but obsessed over flaws no one else would notice? Perfectionism feels noble, but it's often rooted in fear of failure, judgment, or inadequacy. Instead of helping us succeed, it keeps us paralyzed and dissatisfied. The Stoics understood this well. Seneca cautioned, "While we wait for life, life passes us by." Waiting for the perfect moment or conditions is a trap. Life moves forward, and opportunities slip away while we're fixated on unattainable standards. Perfection is an illusion. The Stoics remind us to embrace progress, not flawlessness. Mistakes are inevitable, but they're also essential. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do not be ashamed of mistakes, and thus make them crimes." Every mistake is a chance to learn and grow. Striving for excellence is admirable, but pursuing perfection is not only unrealistic, it's a recipe for unhappiness. The Stoic path teaches us to let go of the unattainable and focus on what truly matters: effort, growth, and living a life aligned with our values. Remember, progress is better than perfection. Take action, learn from your mistakes, and move forward with courage. Life isn't about perfection or comparison. It's about growth, intentionality, and living with purpose. Embrace the lessons of Stoicism by focusing on what truly matters: your actions, values, and mindset. Start small, set limits on distractions, validate yourself from within, and strive for progress, not perfection. Remember, your time is finite. Spend it wisely. If this message resonates with you, take a moment to reflect. What can you change today to align more closely with the life you want to lead? Stay intentional, stay present, live with purpose.